Hello, lucky viewers. My name is Justin Zartan. What you're about to watch is me talking about figure 135. I'm sure you have had other people talking to you about the same figure, but this is just me talking about it. I'm going to open it, put my hands on it. So let's get started. Welcome once again, you lucky viewers, to another talk on with Justin Zartan on G.I. Joe classified series figures. I'm going to bring out one of the original figures, which is not a classified series figure. This is one of the original 6-inch figures that they came out with long before the classified series, and then they went back to 3 3/4, and then they went up to after like a good hiatus, they went up to the classified series. This figure is Duke. I can't remember which. He was like the main man or main figure. They made bunches of different variations of Duke in the line. They had plans for other things to go along with this. They made holes for attachments. They got good little things on it, hands, rotating, wrist, elbow, knee, ankle, but it's like more of the boot, ankle here, but they don't swivel at the ankle, it swivels at the boot. Anyway, this was a good line, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I'll talk more. I am still a big fan on the Sigma 6 line. This was a selling line. I believe they cut the 6 and 6 line. It's because none of it was anything they were going to talk about in any of the G.I. Joe movies at that time, and so they went with the smaller stuff. They wanted to, maybe just drop the line. All right, back to what we came to talk about. We're talking about figure 135 RoadPig. I do, and I've always liked the figure RoadPig back when he was made in 3 3/4 figures. He did not have a dog, but they, for some reason, started to do the Joe's classified period with animals. Here we have a makeshift file card, a little scanny at the bottom. Of course, it's going to be a Cobra, so it's red instead of blue. They have a little file card in the back and maybe a fake figure of the on the back, like they did with the Mutt and Junkyard. The colors are a slight variation. They have the grape soda. He's outside the gas station, like some of the other Dreadnaught ones. They have the grape soda pictures. They have some highlights of what a detail they have on the figure, and his tattoos. The only tattoo I really remember him having was like the Anarchy A. This one has a little corner ding. Here's some side art, and then here he is from the front again. I do like this one. He does not come with a hand. Well, he does. Looks like he comes with one additional hand, maybe two along that. That's where opening up comes in. He has 2 sets of heads. He has this pig helmet he comes with. He comes with his signature cinder block. He comes with a meat hook that looks like it was originally supposed to come out with Crockmaster, because I don't think Crockmaster came with it. The dog has 2 heads, the good boy face and the extra boy face. Donald, I remember from the comic books, was his name. He had 2 voices. He had the calm voice of RoadPig, and then he had the Donald voice when someone messed with his girlfriend Zartan. He was highly protective of Zartan. I really do like this set. I like the look of it. I wanted to talk about it a while, for about a month. I have had the set for a little over a month, and my videos on these are starting to come slower and lower, because the prices are starting to go up, and in my area they are starting to get harder and harder to find. Let's get this bad boy opened and talk about him. Now, I generally do not, I've said several times before, I do not like really opening my boxes. Hold on a second, let me get back through here.
Not going to die, we're having fun.
I'm not sponsored by anyone, so I'm not going to play their commercials. I'm noticing that the tape has been fixed on this one. I did not get this one sent to me. I walked into the store myself and picked it up, which does mean it could have been a return if the tape has been altered or something could have been taken out of it. It has shelf wear, like whoever's picked it up and bought it probably dropped it because it has two different spots of shelf wear or box damage. Looks like they got the instructions back in here, but they're not where they usually are. Let's get this bad boy open, see what we got, see if they took out anything that they wanted and put it back, which is another big thing people do nowadays, like taking the head figures off action figures. I remember there was he does come with two hands, so he does come with hands. LeBron figure, they took the heads off those, and now you can't really find a LeBron figure anymore, or the ones you can find have heads or no heads. People to go around and stealing parts out of boxes, which is anyway, we're talking about the figure. It comes with double set hands. These ones over here look like they're fists. Comes with a second head. This figure, a little mask, mask that goes over his head, his signature cinder block mallet. I don't know if it's actually made from a cinder block, because if you think about it, sometimes a cinder block will last that maybe a couple hits, or this is a one-hit use. And the dog, I do not know his dog's name right offhand. It's a Rawkus, and RoadPig. So back to what I was saying, he had two personalities in the comic books. They never really went into depth on that on the show. And he had his RoadPig personality, and they had the Donald personality. In the comic books, you could tell when he was RoadPig, the font of his speech would be different. I am not going to change out the head of the figure out this time. I'm just trying to talk about the figure itself. Anyway, and then when he went to the Donald personality, he apparently had like a different attitude, so he had like a split personality, which they never talked about on his file card. So he is a larger figure. They have been talking about making some larger figures. I do see this as a little bit larger than some of the other figures. Height-wise, he is shorter. These are supposed to be, I guess these are 9-inch, and these are 6-inch. I don't know. We could get a tape measure and measure this out for real. Anyway, he is a big boy. What I mean is that apparently they came up with a tech suit that figures can fit in, and he, along with like Serpentor, him, and what Annihilus cannot fit into. Anyway, let's talk more about the figure. He seems to be tight. I kind of don't want to bend him because these are really tight. I could never get the second joint really to move on these, even though it's supposed to be able to have different flexion at a different point. Don't really want to break it. He has rotation at the ankle instead of the boot, or he does have rotation at the boot as well. That's interesting. I don't see why you really need the feet to go sideways. There's no point in it. But anyway, he comes with, looks like he's wearing chaps over jeans. He has tattoos on his stomach. He does not, there is other videos out there showing him he does not have great head rotation. And as you can see, he doesn't. He does look like he has a rotation at the base of the neck. But it's very hard to get it to go in a very little rotation. You gotta like squeeze and turn. The shoulder pads do look like they come off. He can't raise up his arm, or at least his right arm very high because of the shoulder pads. He can raise his left arm. Again, I only remember him in the 3 of course he was taller than most of the other figures, and he had an anarchy symbol on, but now he has a pig on his bicep. He comes with his signature crossbow that they always see talked about, and the crossbow does look like it can come off with a little play. Probably take off his wrist and you could get it. He comes with what looks like a kung fu grip hand on both sides. It looks like he's going for the trigger. Comes with his some steel-toe boots and some knee pads. A little pig on one side and just a medieval-looking thing on the other. Comes with a holster with non-removable bolts for his crossbow. Got some rotation at the waist. Not much flexion of up and down. Got some rotation at the torso as well. I do like the look of the figure. Second version back in the 3 3/4 figures, he has an orange head with a green stripe on his head. He always had that weird voice in the cartoon, but in my opinion, he'd sound like this when he's RoadPig. But when he's crazy and mad, I am Donald, and you mess with what are you doing? You mess with Zartan, and I will get you now. So you could tell he's always with his rough voice, unless you're messing with his girlfriend Zartan. I'm going to pop a couple of the accessories out. Let's see what those look like. It is not a whole... So basically, this is like a third head, which because I never really watched much of the other people's before. It looks like instead of just slipping over the top of the head like you think it should, it's a complete head swap. It's got the inside look. And I'll be right back again. I'm playing the music, the Dreadnaught sound of the cat who keeps asking for more and more food, even though I feed her. I'm going to pull out his signature cinder block. I think the pig head should have been more of a clip-on, you know, for the face and helmet and stuff. Oh, well, that's just me. They could have added so much other cool stuff if they would have just gone with one head and then something else other than that pig mask. It looks like he's, like I said, he's got a trigger figure going, but he does not come with what appears to be any guns. We're going to pop the dog loose here in a second after we put this in his hand. God dang, the kung fu grip is tight. There he is with his signature. I would like to have it resting on his shoulder if that was me. Let's see, switch hands and see if we get rested upon his shoulder. The weapons are a nice stiff weapons. They're not gummy like they were about last year about this time. Being since he has a double, you think there's no flexion to bend the wrist up more, and I can't bring. There is no. Well, there is a double. I don't see how I can get this to bend up enough so he could rest it on his biceps in the way on his shoulder. I get it rested in his hand like this. The pose of resting on his bicep would be so much cooler if you could do that. Okay, let's set him here. So pop off the dog loose. The dog does look like it has a nice looking body like Junkyard. I don't know if it's the same body. Without digging out my Junkyard and comparing them. Plastic. Got him in. Like that. Really superposed. Positionable dog. We'll tip the camera down a little bit so we can get a better look of the dog. Comes with, I'm saying like 21 joints, 22 joints of articulation on this. He's got the back. He's got the both hips. You know, you can fray. You can flare out the hips, I guess. Tighten them in, like if he was going to sit. I have seen mods on both the. You can't make them sit. I've seen mods on both the RoadPig and Rawkus. Can't get them to sit very well. So why would you can't do the sit of the scoot. You can sit like this, it looks like. Why would you give me a dog? Actually, you're not going to give me a lot of play with his joints. How's he supposed to do things? He can lift his leg like he's peeing. Either side. He can squat. Not very. He can't sit on his butt very well. Just drag him all the way up like that. There's no way a dog would sit. It's a nice looking dog. Very good articulation on it, but not a lot of flexion or movement. He can't get his head up high enough to really stare at. Like he's going to get a treat from Donald or RoadPig. It's got some texture. I wonder what he'd look like if he was flocked. It's got a nice dog collar on him. Kind of looks like it's sitting a bit high on his neck. I don't know if that's how you would set dog. The second head. There's no joint on either of the dog's heads to have his mouth open. Looks like you could. He's supposed to have a mouth open here. The dog does not come with a holster of any sort. See, if they would have gave me one less head and like a dog holster, that'd have been cool. I still do really like the set. I keep going through my head of what it would look like if he and Junkyard had a showdown. Let's move the camera down just a little bit more so we can get a better look at the dog. Doesn't stand quite right. If I try to flatten the paws out, can't really get the front legs to bend very well. So it looks like it's just on its tiptoes. I don't think that's how a dog would stand. Flared out legs and everything. Front legs do kind of swivel back and forth up the shoulder. He can't, like I said, he can't sit and stare at his master very well. There is some nice paint apps. He's got a little scar on this, on both heads, right on over his right eye. Paint looks like they're trying to match pretty much with the nose area. They do a little different. Got that wiggle. It's got some texture. Wonder why they didn't. That'd be cool to send him in to get flocked. Have the dog flocked. But then again, I don't think he'd be able to move out his joints very well. Then again, he can't move out the joints as is. This looks like it's only a right-handed shield, and it doesn't look like it would work very well. Again, he's got the trigger fingers, but it comes with no gun. And the hand is quite stiff, and it struggled to get him to hold the shield unless he just clipped it onto his wrist and make it look like he can. Then again, you can't bring the shield around in front without cocking up the arm. And then it seems to bump up against his elbow here. So it's kind of a shield's more in the way than anything. Let's pop this up a little bit so we can look at the figure a little bit. Okay, like I said, it bumps up against his forearm here. And you can't really bring it too much in the front of him. And you can bring it down just a bit to see his face. So it looks like it was an old police riot shield. I'm sure they have it for some of the other figures like Shockwave. I haven't seen Shockwave other than with the bike, but actually I haven't seen Shockwave in person at all. The chaps look like they're painted on, so there's no removing that. The knee guards are molded on, so, but you can, looks like you can remove the, with a little work, you can move the shoulder pads. I don't see anything that comes with the, for access the, like a backpack, or you can't clip the shield on his back, because there's no hole to, which would be a prime spot to carry a shield. So you have like back protection. See if you can get it to go like that. If the like have something that you clip this into would be really nice. Do some modifications. You can't clip any of his extra accessories, so basically he has no way to carry the other hammer or his masks. His mask does look like it will slip on. This one here does look like it would slip on over his face a little bit. Try that one on spot. I don't know what the point of the mask is. Do you take off the head to put this on? It is kind of tight, and it looks like you have to take off the head to get the mask on. Huh. Really nice. I still like the figure. In my opinion, he is one of the better Dreadnaughts. Nice looking set. Not much play value because of how everything's all stiff and you can't get him to in some of the poses. I'm probably going to find out how to do those mods so I can have him posed for you. And there's one more shot of RoadPig with his dog. Let's see if I get him to squat together. Like he was sitting there talking to his dog. The figure is really tight. See, if he had like a holster, looks like his hips kind of get in the way, so he can't really take a knee. And once he's in this position, he kind of slumps to one side. Can't cock his ankle back enough for him to really get a good knee going. Here's what it would look like with that. I'll have to use this dog as a... He's still one of my favorite Dreadnaughts. There's a little loose thing here. Last time I played with a figure too much, his leg fell off. You remember back in my talking of Dusty Tiger Force one. That'd be about a year ago now. Oh well. Still, he could pose. Poseable figure. Still one of my favorite Dreadnaughts, like I said. And there you have it. Rawkus, RoadPig, Donald, and this is Justin Zartan signing off.